Dear student, due to coronavirus, school started online classes for your study. So you can subscribe Golden Flower Palia YouTube channel, like and press the bell icon.
Hello students, here I am again in front of you with the new video lecture, and in today's lecture we are going to discuss next colligative property. Okay, and let me tell you once again, we are studying chapter solution chemistry class 12th, and this is the part number 7. Okay, and today we are going to discuss the new colligative property that is called elevation of boiling point, and it is also called ebullioscopy. Okay, before we have a discussion about this topic, and we have to discuss a little bit more about boiling point. Okay, what do you know about the boiling point? You might have read in the previous classes that boiling point of a liquid is a temperature at which liquid boils. Okay, so liquid boils at the temperature is called boiling point. But if in terms of vapor pressure we are seeing this definition of boiling point, it is little bit different from that. Okay, so let's talk about the relation between vapor pressure and temperature. Okay, what is the relation between two of them? We know that when we are increasing the temperature of a liquid, its vapor pressure increases. Okay, so when vapor pressure increases, it becomes little bit equal, a stage we achieve when its vapor pressure become equal to the atmospheric pressure, and at this particular stage liquid starts boiling. Okay, and this stage, whatever the temperature of the liquid, that temperature is called boiling point of that liquid. Okay, so what we came to know from this discussion, that what is the boiling point of the liquid? The boiling point of the liquid is the temperature at which vapor pressure of the liquid become equal to the atmospheric pressure. So the same definition I have written on the board: the temperature at which equilibrium vapor pressure of a liquid become equal to the atmospheric pressure, it is called boiling point. Okay, we actually talking about solution, and solution is made up of solute and solvent. If we consider solvent is a pure liquid like pure water, and we have added in the water a kind of non-volatile solute. So what is the property of non-volatile solute? When we are adding a non-volatile solute into a liquid, what happens? The particles of non-volatile solute, it occupy the surface of the solvent. When it occupies the surface of the solvent, its vapor pressure decreases. Earlier the vapor pressure was little bit higher, but as the non-volatile solute added into the solvent, its vapor pressure decreases. Now if we are heating this solution, because its vapor pressure is already decreased than the earlier one as it was in the pure state, when we are heating this solution which is added with a non-volatile solute, so it will start increasing from the lower value to the atmospheric pressure. Okay, so now more heat has to be provided to the solution. When we are providing more heat energy to the solution, the stage at which vapor pressure of solution will become equal to the atmospheric pressure, the temperature of the solution will be little bit higher than as it was in earlier. Like if we are talking about water, and water is in pure state, it boiling point it is 373 Kelvin, it is 100 degrees Celsius. But when we are adding salt in it, it is boiling at 120 degrees Celsius. Okay, instead of boiling at 100 degrees Celsius, now it is boiling at 120 degrees Celsius. Now the temperature is 20 degrees Celsius more than the earlier one, than the pure state. Okay, so what was the effect of adding the non-volatile solute into the liquid? The effect of adding the non-volatile solute into the liquid is increase in boiling point. So this increase in boiling point in the pure state and in the solution form, okay, this increase in boiling point is called elevation of boiling point. It is called ebullioscopy. Okay, let's have an example from your daily life. Okay, what is that example? It is, the example is like when we are cooking potatoes or cooking dal in normal pure water, in normal water, tap water, it takes more time, but when we are doing so by adding salt in it, it cook little bit faster. Why it is happening so? Because when we only added the tap water in it, the tap water's boiling point was little lesser, okay, but when we added salt in it, its boiling point increases. Now the food is cooking at the higher temperature. Okay, so this is the effect of adding non-volatile solute into the solvent, into the liquid. Okay, so solution's boiling point is more and solvent boiling point is little less. That is why this increase in boiling point we call it elevation of boiling point. So let's have to write definition of elevation of boiling point. What is the definition of elevation of boiling point? That is increase in boiling point of a liquid due to addition of non-volatile solute. Okay, and what non-volatile solute has done, non-volatile solute actually decreases the vapor pressure. Now to achieve the stage when the vapor pressure of the liquid will become equal to the atmospheric pressure, this stage will achieve at little bit higher temperature. So this increase in the temperature, this increase in the boiling point is called elevation of boiling point. So after all, what is elevation of boiling point? Elevation of boiling point is equal to boiling point of solution. I told you solution's boiling point is more minus elevation boiling point of pure solvent. Okay. Elevation of boiling point we represent by a symbol delta TB. Boiling point of solution we are representing by TB, and of pure solvent it is TB naught. Okay, and all this happens due to lowering of vapor pressure. Okay, all this happens due to lowering of vapor pressure. Delta TB is equal to TB minus TB naught. So this increase in the boiling point is called elevation of boiling point. So a graphical representation we have to do for this, and what is that graphical representation about? We have understood 2 points, that vapor pressure of solvent is more, okay, than that of solution. Okay, this point you have to remember for drawing this graph, for this graphical representation. And another point it is, more is the concentration of solute in a solution, lesser will be vapor pressure. Okay, keep remember this, vapor pressure. Higher the concentration, lower will be the vapor pressure. So let's have to draw a graphical representation. A graphical representation we have to do for vapor pressure versus temperature now. Okay, This we have a graph. We are drawing a graph between vapor pressure and temperature. So I told you solvent's vapor pressure is more, and let's have to draw a line which is showing the atmospheric pressure. I am writing here ATM. This is the atmospheric pressure. This line is representing atmospheric pressure, and here it is a solvent. As the temperature increases, vapor pressure increases. Okay, and we have a solution. Its vapor pressure is smaller than the vapor pressure of solvent. This is of solvent. This is of solution 1. Solution 1's vapor pressure is lower because we have added up non-volatile solute in it. Okay, so solution vapor pressure is always lesser than solvent. So we are increasing the temperature of solution, its vapor pressure is also increasing. And another solution we have with a higher concentration, solution number 2. The solute's concentration in solution 2 is more than the solution 1. So here, as we are increasing the vapor pressure, increasing the temperature, its vapor pressure is also increasing. Let's have to draw perpendicular. This is boiling point of solvent, at which vapor pressure of the solvent become equal to the atmospheric pressure. This is the boiling point of solution 1, T1. Okay, and this is the boiling point of solution number 2. Okay, the difference between boiling point of liquid 1, solution 1 and solvent, that is elevation of boiling point in first solution, and boiling point of solvent and solution 2, the difference between two of them is boiling point, elevation of boiling point for solution number 2. Here I am just considering points A, this is point B, this is point C, this is point D, and this is point E. Okay, to understand it in well manner, we have to understand this graph first. Okay, so here we have two triangles we can see here. First, let's write this elevation of boiling point in solution 1 and solution 2. Solution 1 is elevation of boiling point in solution 1, that is delta TB1. So delta TB1 is what? It is T1 minus TB. Similarly, elevation of boiling point of solution 2, it is delta TB2, and delta TB2 is equal to T2 minus TB. Okay, so this we have now from this graphical representation. Okay, I am removing this. So now let's have a discussion about this figure that we have drawn. We have a triangle ABE and ACD. These two triangles look like they are similar to each other. ABE is similar to triangle ACD. These two triangles are similar to each other, and we know very well when two triangles are similar to each other, their corresponding sides are proportional to each other. So their corresponding sides will be proportional to each other. What are the corresponding side? AB and AC are the corresponding side. AE and AD are the corresponding side. So here we have AB upon AC equal to AE upon AD. Okay, corresponding sides will be proportional to each other. What is AB here? AB, it is the delta TB1, delta TB1, and what is AC? That is delta TB2. What is AE? AE is the pressure difference between at the same temperature, the vapor pressure of solution and atmospheric pressure, vapor pressure of solvent, same temperature. So it is the lowering of vapor pressure of solution 1, and this is the lowering of vapor pressure of solution 2. So here we have a relation which is explaining us that elevation of boiling point of a solution is directly proportional to lowering of vapor pressure. Okay, so let's have a discussion about lowering of vapor pressure. We already studied in the last video lecture. What is the lowering of vapor pressure? This I am removing now, its work is done. Okay, and we got understood the topic. Delta TB is directly proportional to delta P, that is elevation of boiling point is directly proportional to the lowering of vapor pressure. And what is the lowering of vapor pressure? Relative lowering of vapor pressure we were writing in the first colligative property, delta P upon P naught is equal to weight of solute upon molecular mass of solute into molecular mass of solvent upon weight of solvent. Okay, so here we have delta P is equal to P naught. Let's take M1 out and keep all of them together, W2, M2, W1. What is that? Weight of solute upon molecular mass of solute into weight of solvent. This is called molality of solution. And vapor pressure in the pure state and molecular mass of solvent, this is the constant value. P naught M1 is constant. It is not going to be changed. So here we have a relation that delta P is directly proportional to molality, W2, M2 and W1. Here W1 we have taken in kilogram. Okay, so delta P is directly proportional to molality. It is molality now. We have proven that lowering of vapor pressure directly proportional to molality, and instead of delta P we can write delta TB, because delta TB and delta P both are proportional to each other. So we can write it as delta TB is directly proportional to molality. Here we have proven this elevation of boiling point is a colligative property. Why it is a colligative property? Because it is directly proportional to the molality, and molality is the number of moles per kilogram of solvent. And I told you what are the colligative property. Colligative property are those property which depends upon the number of particles of solute, or we can say that number of moles of solute. So delta TB is directly proportional to molality, that is it is a colligative property. Okay, open this. Now delta TB is equal to Kb into M. Molality I am writing small m. What is Kb here? Kb is molal elevation constant. We can write it as molal elevation constant, and we can write it as ebullioscopic constant. And it is certain for a liquid. It depends upon the nature of solvent. If we are taking water as a solvent, water will have a different Kb, and benzene will have a different value of Kb. So every solvent have a different value of Kb. That means it depends upon the nature of solvent. Okay, its unit is Kelvin, kilogram, mole inverse. Okay, this is the unit of Kb. It is called ebullioscopic constant and molal elevation constant. Here a work for you, you have to find out the definition of Kb. Okay, So now we have Kb. I am going to expand this formula. Delta Tb is equal to Kb into m. So instead of writing molality, I am going to write the formula of molality. So what formula we will have? We will have delta Tb is equal to Kb into weight of solute into 1000 upon molecular mass of solute into weight of solvent in gram. So this is the elevation of boiling point. One formula we were having Tb minus Tb naught. Okay, when the temperature of solvent and solution both are given, you can find by this formula, or if molal elevation constant, weight of solute, weight of solvent, it is given, so you can find out the value of delta Tb using this one formula. Okay, we have some more formula for Kb. Find out the formula of Kb from this formula, that is delta Tb m2 W1 upon 1000 into W2. Kb have another formula, that is m r Tb square 1000 delta Hv. Okay, what is here? M is molecular mass of solvent, R is gas constant, Tb is the elevation, not elevation, it is the boiling point of solution, and delta Hv, it is the enthalpy of vaporization, change in enthalpy of vaporization. Okay, and delta Hv upon m, it is called Lv. I am here writing delta Hv is equal to delta Hv upon m, it is called Lv, it is the latent heat of vaporization. Okay, so Kb have another formula, that is RTb square upon 1000 Lv. Okay, whether the question cannot be asked from this formula and this formula, I am just writing only because numerical always comes from this formula and this formula. Okay, they can ask you this also. This also prove that the elevation of boiling point is a colligative property. So this was the discussion for today's topic, elevation of boiling point. Understand it well, see again and again this lecture, and do the numericals related to this colligative property. Okay, thank you very much.
And stay home, save lives. Thank you very much.